honesty, and so on and so forth. But we all know that Nigeria is far from being a sane society. We were to go by the definitions given by the speaker. So why are we here? How did we get here? I will start with Hameedah Sanni as a mother. How did we get here?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Alhamdulillah, rabbil alamin. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad kama salata ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim fil alamin innaka Hamidum Majid. Yes, our fathers, two of them, they have spoken so much about the saint society. And I am happy. Both of them agreed that this saint society is an utopia, an ideal situation that is not real. And it cannot be real. So if we are preaching that we can have the real one, we will be confusing our youth. Because we can never have that saint society. Even in the time of our Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the society wasn't sane. And that is why, even then, they referred to him as a mad person. Because they felt that you are queer. You are not like every other person. So, to them, he was the one that was mad, not the whole society. And the same thing is happening now. We tend to assume that it is us that will determine the society. But sometimes the majority may be wrong. And that is what Islam teaches us. That even when you are in the midst of millions and you are the only one that is right, please stick to your rightness. Stick to it. It may be difficult. Because by the time we all want to feel that it is the society that determines sanity, we may all get it wrong. And that is the confusion our youths are having now. When we tell them this is the expectation from the society, this is what democracy preaches, and what they see is different from all these theories that we are giving them. And that is the result of what we see around now. When you now see youths being killed unnecessarily, killing themselves unnecessarily for flimsy things, and you start to wonder, are we really sane? Is the society sane? Let's take that. When we also move ahead, the moral decadence. It's like we have now made our youth to feel that what we say is different from what we do. And that must be corrected to make them sane. Not even to make the society sane, to make our youths and ourselves sane. We must try to be realistic. For as long as we want to say the society determines this, when everybody goes this way, you cannot go that way. Then we create issues for the sane minds. Just as it was in the time of the Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when nobody, very few, were able to see what the Prophet saw, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, but he was able to stand firm. And the few that followed him, he continued to preach the message. Then he was the madman. So today too, a lot of us that still want to hold on to that teaching will still be described as mad. So if we sincerely want to hold on to that sanity of Islam and to follow what Islam preaches, then we should not mind whatever adjective they use to qualify us. The society is rotten. In fact, the events of the last few days should bring to mind, because by the time I was reading a lot of stories about the event, I was scared. It was like, has it gone this bad? It was like we never knew it has gone so bad. But it has. Very few of us can hold firm and say, my child is not involved. Very few. Because the children too have learned to hold two faces. They have a different face at home and a different face outside. So it is even difficult for parents to actually identify where their child or their children are. May Allah continue to guide us aright. So, we need to go back to the ethics. And where is that? The teaching of Islam. I don't want to take too much time. And that is why I want to go straight to how we can solve the problem. Because we all know that the problems are here with us. And they are real.
No, we want you to first highlight how we got here.
Oh, how we got there?
Nigeria was never like this before.
Yes. We gradually got there when we decided to drop the tenets of Allah. Allah that created us knows us and He knows our weaknesses. And He gives us a guide, the Quran, to guide our ways. Even the government of the state, they gave us rules and regulations to follow. But as human as we are, we left all that. The rules of Allah, even the rules of the state, we decided to drop both and feel that without it, we can actually move on.
You have 10 minutes for this question. We'll still come back to you, inshallah.
Okay. So, we now see that there is delay in justice. There is absence of private detective agency. We have to depend on the police that we no longer trust to get justice. And that is why, that is one of the things that leads us more to jungle justice. Because justice delayed is denied. So rather than wait to be delayed for your justice, people decided to actually have a jungle justice. And sometimes you will see some things and you will be wondering. Then the get-rich-quick syndrome. There is something wrong somewhere. If, as family, we have preached the right value, I don't see how a teenager will be wishing to become a millionaire overnight. It is because we have stopped asking questions. We no longer ask questions. You know me very well. You have known me for about 10, 20 years. You know what I do. You know my income. And I just come overnight and say, Mommy, congratulations. See what I have just bought. And you look at what I am pointing at. You know that my income cannot take it. But you never ask me, how did you come about it? You will hug me and say, congratulations. Mashallah, tabarakallah, barakallah, fi. And the youths are watching. They are watching us. If Elijah Sanni can bring it and nobody asks her, if I bring my own, everybody will congratulate me too. So, that is how we got there. One of the ways that leads us there. Then greed. Greed. When we want to amass even what we don't need. Maximum 100 years we will live. Another set of people take over. And we are amassing wealth that 3 generations after me, they cannot exhaust it. What do you think will happen? So we now want to surpass each other. Yorubas will say, you know, we always set a benchmark and everybody wants to surpass the richest person, irrespective of the source, because we no longer ask questions. The moral backwardness, our fathers, the two of them, they mention so many things about moral backwardness. It can be seen as a set of standards which every individual is expected to strictly adhere to. However, do we still have it? If you notice, you will see that our values have even changed. Gone were the days that we said these are the values. The values of today are different from the values of yesterday. It's like we have given another name to our values, such that even when you are preaching morality, the children will be looking at you as if, are you okay? Is that the morality we see? Because what you are now saying is abstract. It is no longer what they see. It is no longer what they experience. So we need to actually be more realistic about it. And it is important that we get to the level that we appreciate what is wrong and we accept it as wrong. But giving good nomenclature, beautiful names to bad acts is one of the things that leads us to this place. Stealing is no longer seen as stealing. National cake, we no longer see it as stealing. And people will celebrate you, they will appreciate you, they will say you have arrived when they know that you have actually stolen. Prostitution is no longer seen as such. There's a new name for it, hookups. And you will be wondering, hookups. Even for married people, we no longer see it as wrong. I know say hookups. Subhanallah. So, how do you want the children to understand? They are very naive. And they learn more from what they see you do than what they hear you say. But we are fond of saying the right and doing the wrong. So, as adults, we also have responsibilities on these children.
Thank you very much, Hajiya and Sanni, for your perspective. We'll come back to you with another question shortly.
Thank you.